What happened with the real estate market in 2023? This was one of the strangest markets we've seen in so many ways. Many homebuyers struggled to be able to afford to buy, and many home sellers either didn't want to sell with nowhere to go, or they were finding they weren't getting any interest from buyers, or they were getting offers, but not ones they were willing to accept. Interest rates were at an all time high, and the inventory was extremely low. The market almost seemed to be in this weird sort of frozen limbo state with many would be buyers and sellers sitting on the sidelines. The numbers are out, so let's get into some specifics. In this video, I'm going to give you some insights into what happened in the Durham Region real estate market in 2023, how we finished off the year, and a little bit of what I think we can expect in 2024. If we haven't met yet, my name is Vilija Truelove. I'm a local Durham Region real estate agent with almost 20 years experience. All my contact information is included below. Check out my other videos to see more about how I can help you reach your goals. And reach out anytime through email, text, or phone if you have any questions or are ready to start the home buying or selling process. I'd love to help you with your move too. So first, let's talk price. The average price in the Durham region for all home types in December was $860,622. This is down from just over $883,000, which we saw in November. So we've seen a further decrease of just over $22,000. We started the year at just over $886,000. Through 2023, we saw the price climb steadily from January to June, a few months of drops from July to September, back up in October, and then ended the year with further drops in price. Through all the ups and downs, we've landed $26,227 below where we started the year. Looking at specific areas of Durham, Pickering was the only city that saw the average price go up from November to December, with an increase of $60,955. The biggest drop of $76,137 was seen in Ajax. It's very normal to see the market in December slow down because of the holiday season. So some of the numbers we're seeing are just normal seasonal shifts. I'll talk more about that in a moment. So though we've seen the average price drop, other numbers don't necessarily fall in line with what we would normally think makes sense. First, let's look at months of inventory. For October, it was at about 3 months overall in the Durham region. We went down to 2.7 in November, and for December, we saw this number fall quite dramatically to only 1.8. This is calculated by dividing the total number of homes for sale by the total number of homes sold. So typically, greater months of inventory means more sellers than buyers, which puts us in a buyer's market. And the lower the months of supply there is means more buyers and sellers, and that should put us in a seller's market. In between is a balanced market. Most would consider a balanced market to be between 4 and 6 months of inventory. So basically, there were not a lot of homes on the market in December. And this really was a theme we saw throughout 2023. In fact, we never saw months of inventory over 3 this entire year. And actually, for most of the year, it was less than 2. Sales to new listings ratio is another number we can look at, which divides the number of sales by the number of new listings. This percentage also increased to a crazy 99.2% from the 42.8% we saw in November. Typically, around 50% is considered a balanced market. Going lower is a buyer's market and higher a seller's market. Based on these numbers, we should be in a very strong seller's market, and prices would typically be going up along with that. But of course, that wasn't the case. Now, as I already mentioned, some of this is seasonal. If you look back at the previous years, it's very normal to see this drop in listings during December. Many sellers that are ready to sell will wait until January to put their house on the market. And we'll also see many sellers that have been on the market for a couple of months let their listing expire and put it on as a fresh listing at the start of the year. So the January numbers do tend to be more indicative of what's really happening in an area. We saw only 472 new listings come to the market in December. That's down from 1,262 in November and way down from 1,761 that we saw in October. But as a comparison for you, we had 458 new listings back in December 2022 and 565 in December 2021. So though this number is down a lot month over month, it really is normal to see this drop at this time of year. We ended the month with 862 active listings, down from 1,463 in November. As I mentioned, some of this has to do with sellers letting their listings expire. We had 205 expired listings in December compared to 96 in November and even less throughout the earlier months of 2023. The number of terminated listings actually went down quite significantly in December. Only 324 listings were terminated in the Durham region compared to 674 in November. This is more in line with what we were seeing in the first half of 2023. Some of this will be because we're just dealing with fewer listings, but part of this could be that more sellers are getting realistic about pricing and not terminating after they realize that they can't get a price that they were hoping for. There were 468 sales in December in all of the Durham region, down from 540 sales we saw in November. Days on market has increased from 19 up to 25 on average. I'm also noticing many more sellers are getting used to the idea that your house won't necessarily sell within a week. The sale price to list price ratio has remained at 99%, so most sellers are still getting close to their asking price. So the months of inventory and sales to listing ratio, as well as the lack of inventory, indicate a seller's market, but it hasn't necessarily felt that way in many parts of the Durham region. Though you will still see some homes setting offer dates, it's not the norm anymore. Most sellers are now choosing to list at what they're hoping to get and take offers anytime, or ask for a 24-hour irrevocable to try to drive multiple offers if they're priced very competitively. The market is still strange. Sometimes you will see a house get 6 offers, and you'll occasionally see that a buyer has paid a lot more than seems to make sense. Also, if you've got that right home in that perfect price point, you can still see tons of showings and a quick sale, sometimes with multiple offers. For many buyers, it's still a lot tougher to qualify for a mortgage at the current rates. Many are anticipating the rates to start going down in 2024, so this could change things for a lot of buyers. The buyers that are out there right now are typically quite serious, and I'm finding that when they find that home that they want, they're jumping on it. So what can we expect in 2024? Of course, I don't have a crystal ball, but we do know that the Bank of Canada has stopped increasing the rates for now. We'll find out at the next announcement on January 24th whether it will continue to hold. Most are expecting rates to start coming down by mid-year, and this could have an effect on prices, pushing a lot of buyers off the sidelines. If we don't see an increase in inventory, but we see an increase in buyers, this could lead to an increase in prices. Most predictions are sitting at between a 5 to 6% increase by the end of 2024. We'll have to wait and see. But one thing is for sure, real estate in the GTA, including the Durham region, has proven to be a solid investment if you can hold on to it through the ups and downs. So if you are in any position to buy, it's likely to do well for you in the long term. Reach out anytime with questions, or if you're ready to get the home buying or selling process started, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching.